people of the Western Cape living in their own filth. And the question I want to ask today is there services in Blikkiesdorp? I'm looking at the children behind us. We brought biscuits. And I look at the children and my narrative is child protection, and I'm looking at their faces, I'm looking at their structures, and I'm asking myself, what are the kind of health initiatives is here for these children, especially in COVID time? The nutritional programs. What is the plan for Blikkiesdorp in terms of post-COVID? In terms of prevention? Nobody's wearing a mask here. And the question I want to ask is, what about the people of Blikkiesdorp? I've heard the young people that are here for 15 years. They were told it's a temporary measure, and 15 years later, our black boy people are here. And what I want to say today to our people today is, gone are the times that we are upset now. We need to be upset forever. We need to start really pushing that all people's lives in this Western Cape matters. Kyk hoe lyk Blikkiesdorp. Kyk hoe lyk die kinders. Kyk hoe lyk die vroue. Kyk hoe lyk die plek. And then I want to ask our provincial government, what happened to the promises made to these people? That this place is a temporary transit place. What happened to the promise that these people were going to be put in proper housing? But my deep concern is the ongoing violence against women and children in this place.
I want to ask this, and I'm going to come to you with this one as well, Rukshan. I want to ask this. What is stopping the narrative from becoming one of, there's a humanitarian crisis with regards to gender-based violence? Let me speak for this province, let me speak for this city, let me speak for these communities. It is a human rights crisis. Why is it not being acknowledged?
Well, you see, people like myself are being pushed out of the strategic conversations. I'm labeled as she's the troublemaker, she's the shit stirrer, and this, that, and the other. And therefore, us that are remaining in the trenches, us that are seeing, I'm here with you, Soli, I'm here, I'm with Shanda, I'm here with my team, and I'm looking just at what needs to be done. Women in South Africa, we are still enslaved. The freedom that was obtained never reached us. It never reached Blikkiesdorp, because we are not meant as women and the people of Blikkiesdorp to live like this. We're not. Gender-based violence is not what the president lied to us. President Ramaphosa, you lied to us on the 5th of September. You said no bail. And we have influential people in this province that have done atrocities to children out on a 1,000 rand bail.
Yes, true.
We have influential people that once upon a time was cadres back in the day, out on bail of 1,000 rand.
Yes.
What is the price for the vaginas and the penises of our children in this country and in this province? You lied to us, President Ramaphosa. What are you going to lie to us again? 5th September 2020, where the hell is the money that you've promised for gender-based violence programs? Where the hell is the money to have more safe houses and shelters in this entire country? Where the hell is the money for the LGBTIQ spaces? There's not even an emergency place of safety for a person that is LGBTQ. Where would I put a person? Where in this province can you tell me, President Ramaphosa, is a safe space for an LGBTQ person? And so for me, as a woman in this country, we have not elevated our voices enough. These people that we've given the mandate to protect us is not protecting us. So as a woman leader, as long as I'm breathing, I'm going to advocate that this country should be run by a woman that understands the plight of women, that will look at children. You must go, President Ramaphosa, you must go, because you are not able to protect us.